Hey guys, we are EE. I'm here with Marcel.
Hello.
And we are starting to look inside the mind of creative thinking with regards to holding your own D&D game. We have met our heroes, we have met our villains, we have met our Jesse, and it's time to see where the story takes us next.
Yes, let's see indeed. So, now, let's go back. This is like to explain what's happening. Let's go back in time. Let's say 50 years back. Okay?
Right.
So 50 years ago, this town was a basic one tavern and like couple farmers around it. Nothing much, really. Just a tavern in the middle of nowhere. Right. So let's imagine there is there was a party of adventurers, right? So let's make like a fighter, a mage, or like a I don't know, another knight or something. And then they were like raiding tomb raiders basically, yeah. Right? Getting old relics, selling them, doing all that great stuff, living their life. Very dangerous sometimes. Sometimes they lose one of the party and they like recruit another one. And there was this mage. I don't know. Can you come up with the name for a mage?
Of the mage 50 years ago.
Yes.
Leonidas.
Right. This is how I spell it. Let's call him Leonidas. Right. So Leonidas, he joins this party, right? And I mean, they asking him. He's a student of magic. He's not very successful. He's a bit of a I failed my fucking transmutation exam. Oh fuck, what I do next? And he encounters this group, and he was like, "Hey, you are a magician. You can do magic. Can you detect magic traps?" And he's like, "Yeah." So you come with us. We pay you. Right? Okay. So he goes with them. So they go into the ancient tombs deep under the mountain. And they fight in some guardians, all that crazy stuff. And by the end they find this big treasure, massive amount of gold coins and treasure. There was like a tomb of some old king or something. So there's a massive loads of gold. And what he found is in all this gold, he found this very ordinary looking. It's like a strip, almost like a belt or like a headband, right?
Mm.
But it was magic. That was a magic headband, right? And he didn't say to anybody about it. So he put it on. And this magic band is actually an item, right? It's called headband of intellect. It makes your intellect go like sky high. So basically a genius when you put it on. So from the mediocre guy, he becomes like a genius. Like, oh shit. So I'm in the tomb with those fuckers. So he noticed a trap. So he activates it and leaves them there to die.
Right, okay.
So they're all fucking dead. And all this treasure is his. So he comes back, he hires some people, get this treasure out of the mountain, and he becomes the rich person, a successful mage. He's a celebrity, He goes to their parties, doing the party tricks, levitates the table, reads their destiny from the stars. He's become very, very famous. He's becoming acquaintance with like his. Has got this like a lieutenant of this like a group of mercenaries. Let's call him I don't know. Petrov. Let's call him Petrov. He's like his right hand man. He sends him like, listen, we're gonna go there, and can you deliver me this item, or can you transport this for me? He's a security guy. So he's got this tower. Let's say in like a major town. He's a mage. So this tower. So he's very successful. But he's getting old. He's getting like, I'm missing something. I should, become get in touch with maybe like a king or something. So get even more famous, get like a, become a mage in the court of some king or somebody. He makes some plans. But one day, this Petrov comes in like, listen, how you doing, Leonidas? And I'm alright, mate. Listen, I captured this goblin. We were raiding this, getting rid of the greenskins from the area, and I captured this goblin child. I don't know, do you want it? I can sell it to you. I don't have a need for it. We were killing all the goblins, but they have a couple of childs. 2 of them died in the transport, but this one's still alive. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah, all right. I don't have a pet, so I might have a little goblin. So he takes this goblin. And at first he's like, he's this piece of shit, like scrape the urinals or something like that.
Yeah.
But then he started talking to him, get to like him, I started teaching him, almost treat him like his son, like he's, apprenticed. Yeah. So he learned the goblin how to write, how to read. He teaches him like a simple spells and stuff like that. Becoming friends. The goblin grows to like the mage, and treating him like he's almost like a father, right? And then they go into the years progresses, right? And the fortune getting smaller and smaller because he keeps spending. He keeps spending, becoming a celebrity, becoming this like mysterious mage that come out of nowhere. That can do all these party tricks and be amazing. But he's really started losing. He doesn't. Yeah. He's spending more than he's gaining, right? He spent all the money for the fame. So he ends up not taking this Petrov for his security anymore. He just going on his own.
Thinks he's liked too much.
Yes, exactly. No one will touch him. I'm famous, don't talk to me. So he's get asked finally by one of like this friend of a king, like for example, some count or lord, right? Someone, and obviously by this time the goblin writes all his letters. So like, write a letter to Lord Emon or Lord, Stewart or someone I'm gonna go to his party or something, right? And goblin just writes everything. And like one of these adventures, like I'm gonna go on my own. Just take my goblin and we're gonna go. So he goes, and he stops in this. What's the name of the town? Our town. What's his name?
Well, I don't know. Do you have a name?
I don't know.
Let's call it. Let's call it Preston.
Preston. Okay. Preston. Right. So this town of Preston is.
So that's the home of Lord Eamon.
No, that's just that's like.
Well, fair enough. Yeah.
30 years ago. So that's just like one tavern, few houses.
Right,
That's
yeah.
it. So he stops there, and he's obviously doing one of his party tricks. I'm a famous mage, blah blah blah. And in this same tavern, there's 3 brothers. Listen to that. Look at this guy, famous mage, traveling all on his own. All these magic items, all this fortune. That's interesting. So next day, they following him. 3 brothers, right? You got Troy, Bruce. What's the third brother name?
Arnie.
Arnie? Alright. So, right, let's call him Arnie.
I mean, we don't know much about Arnie just yet.
No, he will come up later. So those 3 brothers, right? They are like 20 years younger, right? So they're just lads. They're just lads, right? So, there's our goblin. He's traveling with our Leonidas. And they ambush him. He's a good raid mage, but he doesn't expect to be ambushed. He's famous, He's fucking, his own world, like daydreaming. And he's old by now. He's like probably 60 by now. So he gets ambushed, and the little goblin, he calls him. He calls him like yellow skin. He calls the lemon. So Lemon, hide! He goes to hide, and his father figure getting slaughtered by those.
Right.
So they take everything out of for him, like gold, everything, but they even his shoes, everything. They strip him down, but they pay no mind to this ordinary-looking headband on his head. They leave him. And Leonidas, like once told to his fellow Lemon friend, goblin friend, he said, "If something happened to me, just put this headband on, and you know what to do."
Right.
So they strip him to almost naked, hide his body, and leave. So our three brothers take his magic items, potions, all this equipment for reading stars, sell it, buy out this tavern, and this is where the story begins.
Yeah, got you.
Right?
That's how they've kind of
yes
become controlling factor of this town.
Yes, because they come with the big money.
Yeah.
I mean, big by their standards, right? Buy things out, bring his mates from military or other scams that they knew, and they set up the town their way.
I see.
Right? Now the poor goblin, he's like, oh shit, what do I do? I'm not that smart. Goes to a body, cries for hours, but he remembers. I put the headbands on, and now he's a genius goblin.
Aha.
He's at a motive. I need to kill those three fuckers. Right?
Yeah.
But he's all on his own. So what to do? So he knows the simple spells. So he starts traveling. So he can make himself look like a kid, like a child.
Right, I see.
So he asks for, excuse me, sir, I'm hungry. Feed me. So poor child. So he managed to scavenge for living. But on one of his trips, he's getting attacked by wolves. Unfortunate. He was thinking, I'm gonna do something. He's getting attacked by the wolves, and his leg getting broken. His hand got chewed off. He's managed to fight them off, but he's fucked, buried alive, and he's fucking, crying. He's like, I got this artifact, this magic item. I want to avenge my father, but I'm fucked now. I'm gonna bleed out. What do I do? And suddenly, out of nowhere, there's this mysterious figure coming in, this assassin-looking person coming in, and he's saying, "Listen, I'm serving the ghost of this forest. He wants to help you, but there's a condition. You need to get rid of the people from this town. Kill them all, burn it to the ground, make it so the nature can claim it back.
Right.
If you do that, we will give you help to avenge your father." And the poor goblin gonna say yes, okay,
Yeah.
I will. Otherwise, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
So he does that. So first thing this assassin-looking fella gonna do. Where is it? Let's put his assassin on the ground. By the way, the same assassin who meets our characters 20 years later. So he's gonna help our goblin. So first, because he's serving a lord of the ghost of this forest, he knows everything what's happening here.
Right.
So he takes him to this tribe of orcs. They just had a power shift over there, and this old chieftain got fucked up by the younger orc, stronger, but not as smart, strong orc. He said, "I'm the chief now." No, you're not. They fight. He won. So he took the orcs and drove them north to pillage. And the old orc was like, "Oh fuck, and to punish him, he didn't kill him, but he chopped off his arm and left him to die. So he brings him to this wounded orc, and they help him. And now this wounded orc becomes the bodyguard of our little goblin. So now, villains, let's put him this massive orc with him. His bodyguard. So now you got this cripple parade. He's got this fucking leg chewed. He doesn't have an arm. And you're this assassin-looking guy, right? Both they have a plan, have a mission now. So he couldn't manage to capture a tribe of orcs, but get going further, and they managed to find small tribe of goblins. So they coming in. He's coming in with this massive orc, his bodyguard, and he's doing some simple magic tricks, making him look bigger or something. And all the goblins are like, "Oh, you are the Messiah. We will save you, serve you," So he takes them to his side. They serve him. So now, little goblin have a plan. He's make himself look like a child. He can appear like a human child. So he takes the letter, and first things he does, he travel to town as a child, go to his master tower, takes all the necessary things, books to study, and all the stuff he needs, magic item, potions and stuff. He also writes the letter to the guy who captured him, Petrov. Meet me here in the forest, Leonidas, right?
Right.
So he comes there, and he got captured, gangbanged by all the goblins, and all. He got captured, right? And this little goblin captures him, and he makes his revenge. Like, you fucking killed my family, killed my brothers, sisters. You're gonna be miserable now. So every day he goes, and he casts this like a spell on him to make what's it called? It's called charm person. So he charms him every day. It's a very simple spell, but he casts it every day. So he eventually, after weeks of doing that, he breaks his will. So becomes like a mindless zombie, and he obeys every order.
Right.
So now he says to Petrov, this old military warrior, you will train my goblins and make me goblin commando. And he's like, yes, master. So he trained his simple tribe to become like a goblin commando.
Right.
Badass motherfuckers.
And these are the goblins that were attacking the village.
Yes. Yes, exactly. This is the goblins that our players like fend off from the beginning, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So this is what that's his plan. He got some allies now. So now he's the assassin, and he's the forest ghost. Tell him that there's this couple trolls, the female and the male trolls. You can turn to allies. I don't know how, but you can try. And our goblin is a genius, so he's like, okay, I will. So he goes there. He tells his commando and his orcs to steal that little troll, little ogre child, keep his hostage, and tell them, you two work for me, I killed your child. And they're like,
shit.
Like, yes, we will. So he got these allies now. And now, years later, he's coming after brothers.
Right.
Yeah?
So it's been a long plan in the making.
Yes, he was brewing it for years. You know what I mean?
But if you're the spirit of the forest, it's a drop in the ocean.
Yes. And now the goblin knows that he's genius. He knows what he's doing. Now he wants to kill the brothers. He doesn't want to kill all those people. Because the ghost of the forest, like, he wants everyone dead in this town. So he doesn't want to do that. He wants to only get rid of the those brothers, avenge his father. So he starts thinking, how do I get out of this contract, this fucking promise I made to this ghost of the forest? How do I do that? Because I don't want to, it's unnecessary. I need to do that.
Yeah.
So he's thinking, how am I get out of that? Also, like, there's big wolf, also a servant of the forest, right? So he can like couple wolves, as his servant. So he can like he's like his personal bodyguards, plus the wolves and the goblins and the trolls and
Petrov's the leader of the goblin commandos.
Yeah. So he got like this little army. So this is his thing. But now the goblins start thinking, it was like 10 years I've been planning this vengeance, but I'm getting old and my body is fucked up, right? And in this one of the books he took from the towers of his master, he found this book of how to make a golem from the flesh, basically a Frankenstein monster.
Yeah.
So he starts thinking, how do I transfer my mind to this body? So he's now trying. What he does, he's kidnapping people, but not like women and children, but strong men, and he's trying to like stitch them together to make himself a golem, a new body for himself.
Right, wow.
So he doesn't want to be a goblin anymore, like with a fucked up body. He wants to be, a powerful,
So is he Lord Eamon?
He's a lemon. But he cut off the L, so he's an Eamon, right? Lord Eamon. Yeah. Because he wrote all these letters, right, to the Lord, so he knows how to pretend in the handwriting. And he pretends to be Lord.
So to us, while we're hearing about Lord Eamon,
you're hearing about
a man.
Yeah, as a fucking goblin. So he's the Lord, right? But the player doesn't know. So he sends his friend from the forest
Yeah.
to meet our characters, right? And now the clock is ticking, right? In about, let's say, in 4 or 5 days, the reinforcements are coming. In about 4 or 5 days of another couple of attacks, he will kidnap, for example, a strong man like a blacksmith and someone else, and he will finish his golem.
Right.
And he will try to transfer his mind to a different body.
But obviously, we don't know about that.
We don't know about that, right? But there's behind the scenes, you as a game master, you counting down the time.
Right.
What the players can do whatever.
So, if as a game master, you've just told us this history, so that then, would you have told all that history outright the way you've told me?
No, never.
No. So you've just told me that as in like the creative process in your mind.
Yes.
Which I've got to be honest with you, mate, the way you brought it all together, it's like, oh wow, this shit's got deep. Right, so in the game, let's go back now as game master and I'm player.
Yes.
And I'll pretend I've not heard all that.
Yes.
I'm aware that this brother's coming.
Yes.
I have just meeting the
This assassin guy.
assassin guy who's come on behalf of Lord Eamon,
Yes.
who I am picturing as a man.
Yes.
Would you then say to me, for example, you have got 4 to 5 days before Arnie arrives with the backup, and then would you also say you also have 4 to 5 days with regards to another event, or would you just not
I wouldn't.
mention
He wouldn't say that.
Right, but you in your mind,
because
you would know.
He doesn't know that he's trying. I mean, he knows that, but he doesn't know that the goblin, the lemon goblin, he wants to betray him. He doesn't want, because our goblin, he doesn't want to fucking become as known as the guy who slaughters those people. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to avenge his fucking father.
So this golem effectively makes his previous arrangement null and void.
Yeah, he thinking like, if I transfer my mind, he made the deal with the goblin, but if I'm a golem,
the goblin will die.
Yeah,
but my mind.
Yes, he's like
I see.
He wants to like dodge this.
Right, I see.
So I mean, it sounds bullshit like transfer your mind, but it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy,
Yeah, of course it is.
It's a fucking dragons and fucking bullshit. So why not transfer your mind to a?
I'm just like say, just listening to the whole story and the process in your mind of this is what's coming, that's what's happening. But obviously, you don't drop all that at the same time. You would not have told it that way in a game.
Yeah.
It's clever. It's very clever.
This is Goblin Commando. This is our. Let's make him. This is our main goblin. Let's make him a bit different. Different. Make him white.
A bit bigger, maybe.
I would say make him smaller because he's like small.
Oh yeah, he's like a childlike.
Yeah, childlike.
Yeah.
Cool. So if players won't do anything, right, he will keep attacking and taking people, right? Taking people. If player just stay in, right? But if player start venture to the forest, like who was that guy? Maybe like send the ranger to follow him, and they will encounter the camp of our goblin.
Almost. Whilst we can see all them, it would maybe see him talking to a little boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not necessarily Limon the Goblin.
Yeah.
If he's used his spell,
yes.
It's like he was talking to a little boy.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So depending on what we decided to do after the meeting,
if players want to stay like doesn't want to, because they can try like join his side.
Right.
If they want to like, oh shit, we don't want to deal with him, they can like try like, for example, free the child of those trolls and make them, the trolls see like, they don't have our child anymore, so we don't fight for you anymore, right? So they can like the trolls can like attack them inside the camp, break the havoc or something, right? So the players can sabotage his plan as well.
I must admit, something with the game as well is one of probably the most overutilized, what I believe should be the most overutilized move is just to gain as much knowledge as possible.
Yes.
So it's almost like, right, I leave my ranger to scout this camp.
Yes.
And the other two can maybe go back to the village, whatever, and almost like over a period of time, what I would like is for when the ranger returns, there's more information given.
Yes,
and
exactly.
then I suppose you could then judge it on how long you leave them for. Will be how much information you get.
It's like because I laid over here all the informations, right? But obviously, as a play, and you gain more, you get like a piece of the puzzle to put them together, right? Yeah. What do I do? Who do I ally with, right? Who do I? Yeah. Where are we going from now? So
that's It's
and from now on, really, it's up to the players, right? If the players like, what will happen, right? Because the goblin wants to, the lemon wants to. If the players won't stop him, he will transfer his mind to the goblin, to the golem, right? So he becomes super strong, tough to kill, and he knows spells as well.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not powerful, but some spells he knows, right? So he becomes like super tough to kill.
Super smart.
Super smart as well, yeah. Genius, yeah. So genius, strong, and almost like fucking, nemesis of anyone who wants to fuck with him. He got his goblin commando, small part of his goblin, like super well trained. He got this like ex-military Petrov, orc bodyguard, couple wolves, some maybe a bear, something like forest creatures.
Yeah.
As long as he's allied with the forest.
Yeah, he's the envoy of the forest spirit.
Yes, because
so realistically, whilst he's working with them, he's not aligned with them. Yes. His service is to the spirit of the forest.
So he can maybe approach the players if they go to the meeting and be like, you wanna tell them, listen, right? We if you help me get rid of them, I can help you save this town because there's a major major forest coming to destroy it.
Yeah, but it sounds to me like that's what Lemon is trying to avoid, not.
No, that's what I mean. That would.
Oh, sorry, right. I thought you meant he was talking to this guy.
No, that's what Lemon. He was trying to like ally.
So whereas Lemon looks like really bad because he's got his goblin commandos, he's got his ogres, he's got his big troll bodyguard. But realistically, he's saying, "Listen, I just want those brothers."
Yeah.
Also,
like Lemon. Well, I come out just. I was thinking like, there's probably some kids running around the town. So once a week or once every 2 days, Lemon, looking like a child, he will meet with the kids in this burned out place, give them like food or something, like giving the info.
Like little birds.
Yeah. So he can like literally players can see like sometimes like kids can approach the players like, where you going? What are you gonna do? What are you thinking about? Why you going to the blacksmith? Why are you buying this? Fuck off on any child. But the kids will go report to our Lemon, right? So that's another like he's like keeping top of what's going on in town.
Up until say like the point, because we haven't within playing the game, we haven't reached all those points that you have told me about.
Yes.
Is that as far as you would go, creative wise?
Yes, I would leave. I would leave the rest to the players because we know now. You can, if you like, for example, you will be the GM now. If you know what I told you, you will know what the characters will do. Those three brothers, you know what they do. They were trying to maintain the power. They were trying to get rid of the fucking annoying new people in the town who mess up with the stuff, and just trying to protect from what they had from the monsters, right? What would that Jessie do? She will try to do the best to maintain her business, like trying to keep the allies, the new players, right, on her side, and get rid of them. Right?
There's a little village power struggle going on.
Yes, in the meantime.
But the real threat is the external threat that's coming.
So you can literally like players can like kill the brothers by the time the attacks happen, right? But for the Lemon, it's like, yes, I already won.
Yeah.
So I can just like let the forest spirit have his way. I already won. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I do like the whole, how I said to you earlier. At the moment, it feels like Jessie is the good, and the brothers are the bad. Whereas with regards to this whole side story, Lemon is actually good in the manner of he doesn't want the forest spirit to destroy and kill everybody. He just wants his personal revenge and leave them.
His hands is forced to like do what he's like, but he doesn't want to do that. Like probably like. Or example, like Jessie, if she get to know the players, but she would told them like her husband, she's a widow, is dead because he was his business was going down and he hanged himself, right? And she suspect that the brothers helped him to hang himself, basically, like
Yeah.
make him fucking drunk or something.
Yeah.
Because he was in the way. So she hates them, right? She's like she is a really good person. She's a person in between, right? She's running the business of her husband. She's trying to meet the ends by the end of the fucking pay the wages, make sure that her workers have wants to work, have a job. So she's like a really a good woman,
Yeah.
and everybody probably like looks down on her because she's a woman.
Yeah.
In these times, they were like be pretty unheard of that she would do anything. Woman would like command men to do something. And I think I just find it interesting, this like
I do.
situation.
I like the twists of it. It's like, oh, they're bad, and then as you develop the story, it's like, no, they're not. They're not bad. They're good, but because of who they are and what they've done, they're perceived as obviously doing it for the wrong reasons. I like that, mate. It's a good story. It's a
good story,
Yeah.
and as you playing as one of the players, you get to shape it basically.
Yeah.
You get to shape it your way by your actions, by your stuff.
So let me ask, and I hope it's not a rude question.
No, go on.
Is that solely of your own construct?
That's mine.
You wrote.
Yeah.
Well, considered it.
Yeah, that's mine.
Have you used it in a game before?
Not yet, no.
Right.
No. I put that, a similar version of that, I put it on my channel, just like to get people an idea. But I put it in Polish, right? So this is my, like, recreating it in English, basically.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a probably adventure for, I don't know, probably like 10 games.
Right.
A campaign for the 10 games, a mini campaign, 10 games, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. If the players are a bit hasty in actions, they don't want to plan, get the information, all that stuff. You obviously want to like feed your players as much information as you can, if they're willing to look for them, right?
So if you're in your mind, you're thinking 10 games, it could be 12, it could be 8, depending on how quickly it develops.
Yeah. If the players take too much time again, the reinforcement will come in. The other brother will come in with like 10 assholes, right? They're ready to fight. And if they wait even longer, then the forest spirit
happening.
and this is happening. They come into town to basically not even
of course, if we've only just started our discussion with the envoy.
Yes.
With talking to him, we might eventually learn the intentions of these people, and almost like say to Jesse, get all our people off the street.
Yes.
Get them all in. Anyone in your house will be safe, sort of thing. We'll mark the door with a red cross. We're the good guys. Don't come in here.
So there's lots of options. Lots of options they can go with.
No, mate, I like that.
Yeah,
it's a good story.
Good little story.
Yeah.
I hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna have to edit it probably in a couple episodes. If you did, leave the like, leave your thoughts, your comments. What would you do in this situation? Would you join the brothers? Would you stay by Jesse, or maybe try to looking for alliance with our little Lemon Goblin Lord Eamon, aka. Anyway, that's it, guys. Hope you liked it. Give us a shout if you did. Subscribe to stay informed of our actions, what we're doing on this channel. Anyway, have a good one. See you later.
See ya.